I'm not a bat or a rat or a cat. I'm not a gnu or a kangaroo. I'm not a goose or a moose on the loose. I am a mole and I live in a hole.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another Mole Hole. I'm your host Cruz, aka The Mole, and joining me this time, we have The Fallen Angel.
Hello.
Rick the Hammer.
Yo.
And Marcus Shadow.
What's up?
And we're going to be reviewing something a little special today. A little small internet show made by WWE called WWE SlamCity.
Oh yeah!
The basic concept of SlamCity is it's sort of like celebrity deathmatch style animation, and there's a new wrestler called The Finisher whose power or special thing is he fires everyone in WWE, so they all have to go and get day jobs. Yeah. Which, I like the concept. I don't know about you guys.
Concept is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It would have been better if they had actually gotten the wrestlers to voice, but it's still hilarious nonetheless.
It is. What about you, Rick, doing Coggy?
Yeah, I thought the concept was pretty funny. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't need much of a concept just to see them, like, go get day jobs. I think that's fine on its own, but to make a dude to fire him works fine.
I agree. And I don't know if anyone here would agree with this, but it's sort of like Discworld. Not in the overly complex way of how Discworld's world works, but Discworld, when Terry Pratchett made it, he basically described it as Lord of the Rings after the war, when all the elves have had to settle down and get jobs. That's how you get, like, postmen and shit. Which, that's kind of what this is. So you got John Cena, where John Cena was working as, like, a mechanic. You had Alberto working as, like, a Starbucks guy. You had Kane working in the cafeteria, and we had Big Show show up to get his car in one episode. Which, they were pretty cool. What was everyone's favourite? What was everyone's favourite, like, episode, if you will?
Wow, much silence.
There is.
Favorite episode?
I don't know, I kind of like the first one, just because it was the only one without fighting, so it seemed like the least wrestling-oriented, if that made sense.
That could make sense, yeah.
So I thought that was actually kind of neat, where the other ones, while it was cool that, that they would eventually turn into a brawl, just like, when people talk in wrestling, I just liked that one seemed like it was the most like one of the wrestlers doing a day job.
I will say my favourite one was probably the Kane one.
Yeah. I will have to say the Kane one has my favorite moment, because I like how when the superstars are introduced in the episode, it does a little still shot, and it has like the first like bar of their theme song, and Kane's all like, who would dare take over Kane's spot in the cafeteria or whatever, and it's Santino coming in, and because it's Santino, because of how his theme song is, he just busts in, it still frames says Santino across the bottom, and you just hear, Santino! I'm just like, that's awesome. That is perfectly timed.
That is perfectly timed. It was, I liked that episode, and yeah, though, it was kind of a little racist with Santino being like, I am Italian, so I must know everything about the pizzas, no? And then Kane's like, and basically turns him into a pizza and chucks him to AJ, which is hilarious. But I will say with the voices, I didn't mind the voices not being the superstars, because, like I mentioned to Richter before we started to record, I thought a few of them sounded close enough that it worked, if that makes sense. And the ones that weren't close enough, like Big Show, was fucking hilarious, because that was just an amazing big guy voice. which I kind of found that amusing.
Yeah, I think Santino's voice actor was the best one. He came closest to the actual superstar.
I thought the Cena one was close enough. 'Cause I didn't recognize that wasn't Cena until Jim had mentioned her.
Yeah, I thought, because like Cena, I was like, oh, that sounds right, but then like all the other people, I was like, that doesn't quite sound right. And then I was like, oh, I bet Cena wasn't Cena either. Yeah, that's the closest.
Yeah.
The hell was that?
They did some great jokes as well, based on who the characters were and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, Damien Sandow being, "You're welcome," after his wife ate his face after he threw coffee in it. Hilarious.
Was I the only one that wished Batista was the barista just for the rhyme?
What? And you wanted him to be called Dave Barista?
Yeah.
I want to see Batista in another episode go back to being a deacon, but I want him to actually work as a deacon.
They should do that. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe if the first runs sell well enough, maybe they'll make a series 2 and bring out a Batista one.
Yeah. And I will say, now, it's outdated because some of the costumes and stuff are way the fuck outdated. But I thought it was hilarious that, and this isn't quite to do with the show, but I contacted WWE DVDs in the UK via Twitter, and I asked them, will this show be coming out on DVD, because it was awesome. They said to me that they have no word from this yet. Then the next day they tweeted me, by the way, it's ironic because you asked yesterday, we just heard about this. It looks likely it will be coming out on DVD by the end of the year. So I was like, yay! I'm buying it! And I love the fact I watched it with like my nephew and stuff, and yeah, the purpose of this was to sell the toys. Disappointed the toys aren't them in their day job outfits. And based on what we've seen on the actual official page, I want to see Mark Henry working as the Penguin guy.
I want to see what Dolph Ziggler does, because he didn't have an alternate picture on the page.
He didn't. He was listed as, wasn't he listed as like a surfer type guy? So I think he's just going to be in his wrestling attire surfing, which gets kind of lazy. But I wish that there's two more blanks coming. I really want to know what they are.
Well, since it was Claymation, they probably made it a while ago. I have a feeling that there was a CM Punk episode that will not see the light of day.
There is.
There is. That was in one of the previews that they've recently brought out. But it wouldn't surprise me. Well, it would surprise me. What I'm hoping for is there's Legends one too. Or
one of them has to be The Undertaker. Come on.
I'm actually hoping more, just because of the joke between Mick Foley and stuff, is I'm actually hoping Al Snow gets a day job selling furniture.
What does everybody want? Bad!
Yeah. Wade Barrett now presents Fox News. I got some bad news for you.
I want to see that now.
But yeah, they're out of date. Like, Kane still has his mask. AJ's not crazy AJ, and this is probably at the part where she was kind of dating Kane, hence why he threw the pizza to her. I think Cena's outfit's out of date because it's one of the other colours. I'm not entirely sure on that one. I don't really keep up with his colours and stuff, but like I said, overall, I'm gonna give it the series because I liked it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It would get a 9 out of 10 if they were longer. But for what they were, fucking hilarious, good animation, cool voice cast, great idea. How about the rest of you?
And good writing.
Pretty much.
Really good writing. And I'll agree with you, 8 out of 10. It was really good. Like you said, it would have been better if they were longer, but I enjoyed it.
I will say that's the one thing that made it feel like it wasn't WWE TV anymore, though, was good writing.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the animation and the concept were awesome. It was pretty good. Yeah, it definitely did feel really short. So I'd go 7.5 out of 10.
Mr. Angel?
probably give it a 7 out of 10. It could have been a little bit better, and of course a little bit longer. But overall, it was really funny and just exciting and something new.
And did you give it a rating, Marcus?
He agreed with your 8 out of 10.
Okay. Which, yeah, so this was another episode of the Mole Hole. Check out WWE SlamCity on WWESlamCity.com. Available now to watch. You might not be disappointed. See ya.